Welcome back to Align Yourself podcast. This episode is a really powerful one, especially if you've ever thought about changing your life but felt overwhelmed by where to start. Today, I'm joined by Cleo. Cleo is originally from the UK and now lives in Bali. But what's really powerful about her story isn't just where she lives, it's about how she completely changed the direction of her life to make that possible. She knew she wanted more freedom, she wanted to travel, she wanted to earn online, and instead of just talking about it, she actually started figuring it out. We talk about her journey from starting out with digital products to where she is now and everything she's learned along the way. And I just want to say this conversation isn't here to sell you anything. It's here to show you what's out there and what's possible because there are so many different ways to build a life that works for you. And sometimes you just need to hear someone else's story to realize that. So if you've been feeling the pull to do something different, to change your environment, your income, or your lifestyle, this is a conversation you're going to want to listen to. So let's get into it, and I'll see you on the other side. My intention from this chat is to just get your raw and honest journey from where you've been to who you are today and how you earn money online, what product you are with or what brand or whatever, and
Mhm.
just speaking honestly about the hurdles that you've had to overcome. This interview is going to be shared inside my school community, which is a space that I'm creating for women to come to learn about the different options out there, because I think there's just an overwhelming amount of opportunities to earn income online, and I think it'd be a great
Mhm.
place to bring women to. They can learn, they can hear my interviews with people, and then they can go and decide for themselves what they want to do. So I'd love for you to introduce yourself and who
Yes,
you are and what you do.
of course. Well, yeah, first of all, thank you, Ebony, for inviting me to be here. I'm super excited to share my journey and my story and how I got here because I do think, as you say, there is an overwhelming amount of options out there. And I also think that a lot of people have misconceptions about network marketing and the industry. So, as you know, in my content, always like to talk about that. So I'm really glad that I'm actually able to talk about that and deliver this message here today. So my name's Cleo. I am 33 years old. I am from Bristol in the UK. I'm originally born in London, but I lived in Bristol for a long time. So I consider myself to be from there. And I relocated to Bali 2 years ago. So I now am an expert or a I don't know what else you would call me. I'm a person living in Bali. So obviously a nomadic lifestyle, traveling a lot. And yeah, it's definitely something that I feel like aligns really well with network marketing. I think anyone that wants to be able to live a life of freedom, move abroad, work online, and have more time to themselves, it's definitely a good place to be because my life wasn't always like this. I Prior to starting network marketing and moving to Bali, I worked in interior design sales. I worked my way up the corporate ladder. I had a really good job by the time it came to the end of my career, but I was burnt out. I was working 12 to 14 hours a day most days, at a very minimum 10 towards the end, but it's still a long day. You're at work from like 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the least. And yeah, it started to take its toll. And there were a few incidences in work where I wasn't paid what I expected to be paid, or they tried to change my bonus structure or commission at the last minute. And I just got to the point where that, on top of all of the incredibly hard work that I was doing, I just thought, I don't want to give my life to building someone else's business. I'm putting so much work in. Why don't I just do this for myself? I'm sure if I'm this good at selling someone else's product, I'm good at sales. I've always achieved my targets. I've always been like very self-motivated. I like speaking to people. So I just thought, if I'm good at this doing it for someone else, why don't I just do it for myself? Surely and what's the worst that can happen, right? the worst that can happen is I try something new. If it doesn't work out, people are always trying to headhunt me. I can go back to having a job like this. So, yeah, I just decided to take a break. Um, I came to Bali. Bali was just popping up everywhere on my Instagram. All I could see was like, I think probably most people's Instagrams, Bali, Bali, Bali. Everyone's moving to Bali. It looks amazing. I had a friend out here whose content definitely inspired me, the lifestyle. And I just thought, yeah, why not give it a go? And I literally haven't looked back. I came here with like no actual idea. I hadn't started the network marketing when I came here. Um, yeah, I had no idea what I was going to be doing. I actually came into the online space through digital marketing and learning about making money online by being an affiliate reselling digital products. And that was a good place to start for me. I feel like being in that online space, you do need to have a little bit of an understanding, not a little bit, you need to have an understanding of social media. You can learn that probably through your network marketing company. But for me, learning it through digital marketing meant that when I came into network marketing, doing the basics on Instagram, because I'd never used Instagram before. So doing the basics on Instagram, it then made it a lot easier to just like hit the ground running, had a bit of a platform, um, and had an audience that already trusted me.
So when you say digital marketing, what was that and what led you to that?
So before I moved to Bali, I was actually doing an interior design degree. And I was thinking ahead to the future and thinking, I need to know how to market this degree. I need to know how to use social media. So I actually bought a social media course that had an affiliate model attached to it, something called Master Resale Rights. So it taught you about how to create content, do the reels, like copywriting, all the things that you need to know how to do to sell a digital product or sell a business online, content creation, that kind of thing. But you could also sell it, resell it for 100% profit. Now, I bought this course from a woman that aligned with me. She was also an interior designer. And she made me think, yeah, like this could be a good thing for me to use to learn how to do social media, to build up a following so that when I actually start my interior design business in Bali, I'll be able to just have a platform already. Turns out that I just got completely consumed by the opportunity to resell the course and doing the digital marketing, speaking to other people, helping them make money online. That just naturally captivated my attention. I've got ADHD, so I like things that are like quite fast paced. And unfortunately, doing an online interior design degree, it's the back end stuff, it's the learning how to use like the softwares and all of that. And I'm just not really that kind of person. So it wasn't really giving me like the dopamine that I needed. And yeah, then when it came to like selling the course, reselling the course, I was like, okay, now we're talking. This is more like it. And this is what I'm used to. I'm getting leads every day. I'm speaking to people. It's fast paced. You're like closing, selling, making money like that. So yeah, I was like, okay, I prefer this. Um, but then after about I bought the course in January. By March, I'd started making money. By the end of May, I started thinking, I don't think this is very sustainable. Like, I could just see through the cracks. A lot of people were starting and quitting within weeks. Um, yeah, it just didn't feel like a sustainable business model to me. And I was right because I mean, there are people that are killing it with digital products, but they're not the whole master resale rights thing has died out. That's died a death. And now generally people are selling their own digital products or they're doing more of an affiliate model, which I think is actually better for the creator because it means that they're earning a percentage of the commission that other people are selling rather than just giving away their entire course for free.
Did you find that doing the course though you learnt a lot from it?
So much, yeah, so,
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
So it was a benefit to me. It was the massive benefit for sure.
Yeah, because I only recently found out about, um, these sorts of master resale right courses, and someone reached out to me and said, "You would love the Digital Wealth Academy," and I invested in that. That was $457. I invested in it probably only a few months ago,
Okay.
and I haven't gone really in at all to try resell it because the affiliates, I think it's like 48%, no, sorry, 85%. So
Mm.
I think by the time you buy, it's just under $800, and if you sell it to one person, you receive, I think it's about, I don't know the math off the top of my head, but let's just say $500 to $600 straight away. So I've got a friend, I've interviewed her. She does it and she makes a full-time wage off selling it, but I haven't gone into selling it. I've gone into just the like learning everything there is to know because there's so much value and it's helped me with my networking business. I
Mhm.
have found heaps. So you did find you learnt a lot from learning it?
Yeah, loads,
Yeah.
because I didn't know anything about social media, personal branding. I didn't actually have the Digital Wealth Academy. I had something called the Ultimate Branding course with UBC.
Okay. Yep.
The creators they'd previously worked in network marketing as well, so I feel like that helped. Um, but yeah, it's amazing. I still go back to it now. If I'm like
Yeah.
trying to learn something new, they put new modules in still all the time. It's actually a really good course, like, there's so much value from it, so I do think that for people a lot of the time when someone's invested in network marketing, they'll be, like, hesitant to invest elsewhere, like, "I don't need to look anywhere else," but actually, I think investing in a social media course or digital marketing course, like, this is gonna give you so much value. You can't expect your company to give you, like, 20, 30, 40 hours worth of content about how to actually build a personal brand because that's not their business model. Their business model is helping you to sell the business. But
Mhm.
the amount of value that you get or that I got from this and I did multiple courses. I was constantly learning. I went through, like, so much learning through these courses. So, yeah, I think it's definitely helpful for sure.
And then where are you now? So you then discovered network marketing. What business, what company, what product are you in with? And when did you start that? How, who, what, when, why? Tell us everything.
Yeah. So I started network marketing in July 2024. I joined the business that I'm still with a lady that had bought a digital marketing course from me. As I said, I was feeling a little bit like it wasn't sustainable. I wanted to try something new. And she was feeling the same and basically explained to me that she had been involved with a travel business for the last 9 months, but had only been using it to save on her personal travel. But she felt like it was actually a good time to pivot and reposition her page to doing the travel business. She's like, there's a lot of people in the business, but there's no one really in digital marketing doing it. So I feel like it would give us really good leverage. So I was like, I came on a call with her and her upline, and I was like, absolutely sign me up. So basically, the business model is a combination of travel agency and network marketing. So you can book travel for other people and earn commission from it. You can save up to 80% on your own travel. So for anyone that loves traveling or that is traveling, it's just an absolute no-brainer. And then you can do the network marketing side and you can slowly over time build up to quite a significant passive income. It's not a high ticket product. So it's not going to pay you. Like, I think there are some business models, I believe the one that you're in, like, you probably can start earning quite a lot, but the upfront investment is in the
Higher.
thousands, right? This is
Yep.
totally different. Like, it's a very low ticket to invest in. You can earn really high ticket commissions with the travel bookings because, like, say, for example, someone is making a 10K booking, then they're going to earn like thousands in commission or at least 1,000 in commission. Um, you can save a lot. You can save thousands immediately, but the network marketing side, like, it does take a while to build up because the cost to get involved is not as high. But for me, that was fine. I was like, look, I'm just going to start with this, see how it goes. I've got other things going on as well. It's not the only income stream that I have. Um, and yeah, see how that all goes. And so it's been amazing. Like I now have a team of 250 people. So I saw like the long-term vision. I didn't just come in and be like, oh, I'm going to be making thousands overnight and my network marketing business is going to explode. But because it's just not realistic, right? But I saw the vision, I plugged in, I just spoke about it all the time. I feel like travel is literally the easiest thing to sell because everyone wants to do it. I mean, I don't know, I very rarely come across people who don't want to travel. Some can't for one reason or another, like they don't have enough annual leave or whatever. I always feel sorry for people when they say that. Um, but like, it's one of these things that everyone wants to do. So I find it super easy to talk about.
So
Um,
what's the company called?
IntelliTravel. So the
IntelliTravel.
and Planet Marketing is that there's actually two companies working
Yeah.
exclusively together. Yeah.
Okay. And so how do you is your because obviously with most network marketing, your goal is to build a team.
Mhm.
Before building your team, were you then were you being people's travel agent?
So I was always predominantly focused on the network marketing element, but I was booking travel for some people,
Okay.
whereas
So
now I'm not
you just
because
on the team.
yeah, I'm just building the
Okay.
team because I have such a big team, and I actually prefer this side of it. Like, I
Okay.
like booking travel for myself.
Let's say the person that's listening to this right now, they are not in your team and they are curious as to this feels aligned to them. They're like, oh, this sounds like this is what I want to do. Where
Mhm.
would they begin?
So easy to begin. So, a lot of people that actually join my team, they don't necessarily want to do the travel agency. They just want the opportunity to do the network marketing element and save on their own travel. So that is also totally fine. Everyone joins for different reasons. All they do is just reach out to me and basically fill out a 10-minute form, just taking some details, and then they get access to the platform. They get training on how to use the platform. And yeah, that's it. They will get me as their mentor and guide. I will help them with the team building side, with navigating the platform if they need it. They get access to the weekly coaching sessions that I do. And that's it. I always think don't overcomplicate it. Like it's not difficult. It's
And what's the sign up fee? And with the education platform, is that what you've created or is that what the company have given you all?
so it's $199 to join.
Yep.
Um, so basically that's US dollars, $199 to join. And yeah, so the platform the company provide is more like the travel booking platform, but then we also have our own educational platform that teaches you all about like the social media network marketing element. So that's something that people can access as well.
Okay, so $199 to join up, and then they get access to the educational platform. Is there any ongoing costs?
Yeah, there's an ongoing cost. It's $60 per month to access the platform and continue with everything, basically.
And the platform is that like a course with modules in it as well? So then they can learn in how to
Yeah,
grow their own business alongside this.
yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
cool. And now let's say if they wanted just to go into the travel booking side, what would that look like? 'Cause I have so many friends that are always traveling. How would that be benefit to them if they didn't want to do the networking side?
Well, you just earn commission off everything that you book, really. So, yeah, you can earn commission of everything that you book. Or you can save. If you're the person with the license, then you can save on most things. So, yeah, it's really good. Like, if you're someone that is traveling all of the time, then it makes sense to have access to it because why wouldn't you want to save when you travel? I don't know anyone
Um,
that was like, yeah, I really want to pay the full price for everything. It doesn't make
yeah,
sense.
no. So would you then advise them, would it be advisable to them that they would then convert their, like, social media into, like, if you want, they would then be selling themselves as a travel agent, I guess, so that people could come to them and they could get them discounts off of their holidays?
So as if you're booking travel for other people, it's generally not going to be discounted. It's going to
Okay.
be like the same price probably as
Okay.
what they're paying. You're just providing a service. A bit like if you were an insurance broker or in the financial markets, you might be able to get a discount yourself because you're the person that's selling it and the brand want to look after the people that are promoting them. But to the general public, the customers, the price tends to stay the same. If someone wants to access the benefits of the savings, then they need to join themselves.
Okay. So let's say that person needs to get the most out of this. How would you advise them as their mentor into growing this business, when it comes to how they promote themselves, how they promote it on social media, and how they talk about it?
Depends what they want to do. It depends whether they want to do a travel agency or a network marketing business. I don't personally think you should really you can combine the 2, but the messaging can get confusing. One of the
Okay.
girls in my team does do it really, really well, but she generally doesn't attract other builders. She attracts other travel agents. So she's
Yeah.
selling the travel agency business because she's always talking about a travel agency business. I don't if you notice on my page, I
I
don't
don't
really
talk about
talk
it.
about a travel agency business. You can't
No.
actually in my highlights, I've got something about it, but I don't go on my stories and be like, "Do you want to be a travel agent?" Because I'm not trying to attract people that want to be a travel agent. I'm trying to attract people that want to that's an opportunity, but I want people that wanna build because is like the passive income, the network marketing, that's the network marketing model, right? So if I'm a
Yeah.
builder and I'm focused on building, then generally those are the types of people that I want to attract. That being said, I do still encourage people to book travel because I think why not? Like, don't just come
Yeah.
in and only build, make sales if you can make sales. One of the girls that
Mhm.
joined up with me last month, she made a booking of like nearly 10K. She's earned like £1,000 in commission off of one booking that took her like an hour and a half. Another girl did a cruise that was 25K. She's earned like 3.5K in commission. Why wouldn't you want to do that if you get the opportunity to? So I do encourage people to do the travel booking side, but I obviously just talk about the building and like the lifestyle and the freedom because that is my life and I'm just keeping it authentic to what I do and what I know. So I would advise someone that's coming in, like if you are just actually building a travel agency and you don't want to do the network marketing side, then you obviously just speak about the travel agency and you provide a lot of value. The thing is, when it comes to content, Ebony, I think people struggle with their social media because they don't know who they're talking to. The audience are confused. They're like, who's this message for? Am I supposed to be going to this person to book me a holiday or am I supposed to be going to them to start a business? I don't think the two really work together as in like on the social media platform. So you kind of need to decide predominantly what the message is. Obviously, you can integrate the rest of the message. But this goes for any kind of messaging, right? I said I did the reason why I was up in the middle of the night last night with my team is because I was delivering a coaching session on your why, your goals, but also your personal brand online, your persona, your alter ego, and like creating your customer avatar. A lot of people, they don't know who their ideal audience is and they don't know exactly how they haven't created a persona, like decided how they want to be perceived, and they haven't created an alter ego, as in who do they step into when they become that person online. Like all of this needs to be merged together. So I always just say to people, like, you need to really be sure about like very clear on your messaging. Who are you actually speaking to? Who is this for? Like, if you come to my page now, you will probably see like a lifestyle brand, but you will also know that I'm speaking to network marketers and that I'm intentionally trying to attract other network marketers to my page with my content. So, yeah, that's why like you need to know exactly who you're speaking to. I don't talk about the travel booking because I don't want to book people's holidays anymore.
Yeah, so when I came into network marketing, I noticed that there's a lot of there's like 2 different kind of styles of people. Like, I interviewed Chris King, he's in Enagic, and, like, he doesn't talk about the product at all. You can't see it on his feed, and I interviewed him on that. And it was really interesting because, yeah, it's the same thing. You want to get the curiosity built, and then there's the other side where, because before I started with Enagic, I was talking to the community outside of network marketing who were very more skeptic. And I was asking them questions. And one of the things that they said is like, they never just tell you what they're doing. And I was like, okay, so there's the two ways you could do it. Like, you can do it talking about the brand and make your whole feed about a water ionizer, and people come and they'll either be scared away or they'll be like, okay, they obviously want to be in the wellness space. They're going to already have to have high value in water filters and making sure that their house is healthy home, and that a 7K investment in a water ionizer is a high value of theirs and a priority of theirs to in order to buy,
Mhm,
and then that's there. Or
mhm.
I go into and I go down the route of more so in the way that investing in this business plan could then set you up. So it's the two different ways. When people come into your team, what do you usually recommend they do when they begin?
Depends what they want to do. I don't ever say like I know in Magic, I definitely notice what you say that there's it's really difficult. Like they don't talk about what they do at all. I'm different. Like I will tell people what I do in my stories and I do have it in my highlights. Like this is a travel agency business or I
Yeah.
help people earn on travel, save on travel, like that.
Yep.
If you just go beneath the layer very slightly, you could find out very easily what it is that I'm doing. Even in my content, I'm like comment travel, you know, my call to actions, everything is I talk about it in my captions. So although it's not like totally visible, it is kind of in my bio. Like I help people build income, travel more. The signs are there. Um, I think that people need to just when someone comes into my team, they first of all need to decide are they focusing predominantly on the travel agency or the network marketing side. I don't think you should start trying to do both with an equal split of time because the business models are different. And then they just basically need to decide, yeah, who they're speaking to on social media. But to be honest with you, I don't really think you actually need to be on social media to do the travel agency initially anyway. Like everyone knows people that travel. Um, you don't have to go on social media to find them. You can go through your phone book. And that's generally where I suggest people start. Like, remove the need of going on Instagram and doing all these things, building a social media platform. Start with your warm network because not necessarily for the network marketing side. I actually prefer to do the network marketing with cold network just through social media. I don't have many people on my team that I know or that actually build. Some of them joined to like benefit from the platform. But yeah, I always say when it comes to the travel agency, like you know so many people that are traveling, you don't need to talk about it on your social media. So just create a personal brand on your social media. Having a personal brand is the most powerful thing that you can do in 2026. Like you don't know what the future looks like. You might want to have another income stream or promote other things or you don't know, but if you're not building a personal brand in 2026, what are you doing? That's the way that I see it. So your page shouldn't be really about your business. I don't think no one wants to buy from a walking, talking billboard, right? That's the way that I would like approach this with my team. It's like People want to know who you are, what you stand for, what are your values, what do you like, what do you not like, what's your lifestyle like. Like that's what your page should be about. It should be about you. Because people, this is how you attract aligned business partners. If all I talk about was book travel, like do you care if you book travel with like Flight Centre or some other place? No, it's just a trip. If someone's starting a business with you, like there needs to be an aligned partnership. The only way that you can attract aligned people is by showing up authentically as yourself and providing value on your thoughts, opinions, and like not being afraid to say the things that make you different to everyone else. So that's what I advise people is like become the best, most badass version of yourself. Like don't be afraid to say the things that everyone else is too afraid to say, because this is how you start growing a page when you actually decide to stand out. Vanilla content doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't land. So yeah, that's what I would advise people.
What's been some hurdles you've had to overcome in that? Because I'm hearing what you're saying, and I have been someone to quite actively share a lot of things that are quite, I guess, either polarizing or dividing. And about my views and my opinions on, say, the world or what we're told to believe and what I don't believe. And it hasn't come easily. And I think it's funny how you say the alter ego. Um, Sometimes I feel like I have to that inauthentic because sometimes I can share something that can be so like, oh my God, I can't believe she said that. She must be really confident. But behind the screen, I'm quite sensitive. And so I'm navigating this in my own life right now is like I've had to step into it's a business, like the content creating is a business and it can't like it this is my own personal just opinion at the moment, um, is that it has to be I have to take the emotion out of it sometimes and remember this is for my brand and this is for my business and I have to share it. But I also want to honor that it doesn't come easily because I've lost a lot of friends throughout the years. And whenever I've spoken about that to some people, they go, oh, fuck it. They weren't aligned anyway. But I'm like, well, this still hurts my heart because I have memories with that person now looks at me because I'm crazy because I speak about the child immunization schedule, for example, that we have been taught that it's like, oh, what? You're a this or you're a that. Or say I'm talking about something that I'm like, no, I'm just sharing what I found and it's isn't this interesting? And it's like, oh no, she's lost it. And I've lost friends from that. And that's just one example. So I just
Mm,
wanted to honor that because it takes grit and it takes stepping into this like stronger version of yourself and you have to be brave sometimes when you want to speak about something, and then there's the other side where it's like it can be difficult to navigate. So have you had any like that's my personal hurdles through doing this,
mhm.
like have you had any hurdles through that because this space is a personal development space, right? Like
It is
what's it's
100%.
crazy.
I always say it's like personal development with a compensation plan attached. This business will force you to look in the mirror and work on yourself. Like, I have so many things I have to work on. My patience is one of them. It's like made me see things that weren't necessarily an issue for me before. They may have been an issue for other people, but they never were for me. But now that I'm doing this business, it's like actually this is a people business. So it does force you to look at yourself and heal some of the old wounds maybe that you have.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, in terms of the challenges that I've had, I would say like at the beginning, the biggest thing, I mean, I did leave my country and move halfway across the world already. So I was already feeling a disconnect from some of my friends. Um, but the lack of support from people that I knew used to really sting me badly. Like none of them even people that I like considered my friend for like 20 years. They never support some of them occasionally comment on my post. For ages, they didn't even, like, follow my new page. I have a personal page where I have, like, 500 followers because I never really posted that much. But for ages, like, I would share what I was doing on there and share this new page, and, like, even my friends, like, they didn't follow me. I didn't really ask them to, but I just thought, like, "Oh, if you can see I've got another page and I'm doing a business, like, you would wanna support me." I didn't ever feel like I could really reach out to them about joining the business. I just didn't want to have, like, those friendships as business partners, so I didn't ever I asked a few of them, but yeah, I didn't ever really, like, directly ask that, but I just expected, like, a lot more support from people, and especially sometimes I would share things like I got when I got to director, I'd been in the business for 8 months, which is really quick. Like, to get to director in 8 months is, like, a lot quicker than most people do it. And I remember sharing it on my personal social media, like actually just putting up a post, talking about it, about how much I'd achieved and like how happy I was. And I remember like all of my friends saw it and no one said anything. And I was like, I literally don't have any friends. And it's not that I don't have any friends now. I see it differently. I've had to do the work. Like I think that I was maybe looking for like validation outside of myself. And that's why I felt the
Mhm.
need to feel like, oh, my friends from back home being like, you're doing so well and well done. Like they don't even
Mhm.
understand what it is that I'm doing. So now that I've
Mhm.
shifted my perspective of like, actually, they're not being like rude, they're just ignorant to my situation. They don't understand the level of like you say, grit, determination that it takes to actually be successful with network marketing. Like, let's be honest, it's not a walk in the park. Like, it is, you do have to show up very consistently, very diligently, like, put yourself out of your comfort zone, experience a lot of rejection and being told no. And they don't understand that. So all of the feelings that I had like held in myself probably for months about how much I was going through in terms of like just building the business when other people that you know then don't turn around and be like, well done, you're doing amazing. They don't have
That
anything to compare it to because they've never been in entrepreneurship, right? So it's like they might be thinking, oh, she's just got some little side hustle and this is nothing. They don't understand what it means to actually have a team of 100 people and get to director. I even remember I told my mom, I was like, "Mom, I'm a director." And she was like, "Woo, well done." And I thought, "Is that all you've got to say?" But as time's gone on and I've progressed further in the business, I'm like, they don't actually get it. So that's also okay. Like I've just come to terms with the fact that, you know what? It doesn't mean that, like, these people aren't your friend at all. It just means that they're probably not in alignment with where you are in your life right now, and you just need to doesn't mean, oh, you can never speak to these people, but it just means I'm more conscious of, like, where I put my time, my energy. The fact of the matter is, since I have started showing up online, I'm very authentic, I'm very honest about the way that I think, feel, I've made loads of new friends that are much more of a vibrational match in the terms of mindset and lifestyle to the life that I'm living now. The reality is, like, this is the other part that I had to go. You do have to kind of grieve and let go of those unaligned friendships because you've evolved. It's not that they've changed, they haven't changed. That's actually the problem. Most people in your life, if you go on this journey of network marketing and personal development, you grow so much as a person that the relationships that you once had no longer feel aligned. You feel like I can't even talk to this person really. You can talk about stuff from the past, about the friendships that you had and the things that you used to do and the parties you used to go to, but they don't understand the path that you're walking down. Like they're going here, the place that you were before, and you've taken a right turn and you're going in a completely different direction. And that for me was like really quite difficult to get my head around to begin with. That it's not that they're bad people, it's that they're just not in alignment with the path that I'm walking down. And yeah, I've been humbled by that significantly, I would say.
Yeah, I there's this I remember seeing this quote. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it's about like when you start to want to work on yourself and grow, you have to be willing to let go of relationships and past versions of yourself. And um in my own journey that's been really shattering. And I have found that I've been like, right, like this is my goal. I want to move forward and like things start to fragment, and my own patterns will be like, oh, okay, no, 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 work on it, and maybe like um, and then come back down to it. And I've been in this constant thing of like, yeah, just people fall away, and people don't want to understand. People won't understand you if they don't want to understand you. And yeah, if you're listening to this and you're deciding what what you want to do, I have found there's always been someone in the back of my mind that there's been this like energetic rope or like in connection to a certain someone that I've felt like if I do this, they're going to judge me. And if you have that, you need to like cut ties with it and go, that's okay. Because actually, I have found in my own journey that actually those people have actually come back to me later, been like, you're actually like really inspiring me to do something. And I'd be thinking, fuck, in the back of my mind, I was worried about you judging me and what you were saying because as we've grown up as kids, we have heard the way people speak about people, and then that becomes our own narrative in our mind. So when we think about step into the next version of ourselves, we hear those voices from those people because we've heard them talk about other people doing those things. So then we think, well, if I do that, they're going to talk about me. They're probably the people that either you're going to actually change their mind and you're going to end up inspiring them to also rethink their own thought patterns because there is a lot of open minded people out there who are happy to change their mind. And sometimes we hold on to their past judgment as if it's going to continue to be the same thing, but sometimes it also changes. Or they're the ones that you're going to have to break an energetic tie with in your mind. And I picture it like a rope, like just cutting it and being like, I have to do this anyway. I'm called to do this. And I'm letting go of whatever they're thinking and feeling of me. And then you walk through life, and then that might happen with someone else or something else. When it comes to leveling up, unfortunately, yeah, it definitely does come with letting go of relationships that don't serve that journey of becoming who and where we want to go. And obviously, we've been programmed throughout centuries to stay in a tribe. And when someone steps
Mhm.
out of that tribe or steps out of the box, that tribe get together and they talk about it and criticize it. And you need to be brave. You need to do what feels right by you whilst knowing that people will talk. And whether or not you want to stay at those tables watching people live the life they want, or if you want to be walking that path and be brave enough. Because what's that other saying? And it's like people that people are those who are getting in the arena, like anyone talking about them are ones in the sidelines, like on the steps or something. Like you
Exactly.
ha-
That's
yeah,
exactly it.
you
And
have to be brave
yeah,
enough, but yeah, it's
I
hard.
I
It can be
totally
hard
agree.
honoring that. Mm.
And this is the thing, like, no one doing better than you is ever going to sit there and bitch about you. And I
Mhm.
always keep that at the top of my mind. Like, anyone who's got time to be concerned with what I'm doing or how I'm bettering my life is clearly not doing
Yeah.
anything with their own because they wouldn't be. I don't sit around looking at someone else starting a business. I'm happy for people if they're like starting a new side hustle or doing something new. I'm like, yeah, go you. Like, I'll share your content, I'll repost your content if I see my friend like making a lot of money and talking about making a lot of money, I'm so happy for them. But do you know what? The majority of people that are uncomfortable with other people talking about money are the ones that have been taught that money is bad or that they
Mhm.
just are like very, very stuck in a comfort zone and they're too afraid to get out of it. That those are the people that judge you. And I just at one point really got to a point where I was like, I just don't care anymore. Like I seriously, I don't care. Like I the challenges that I was going through of being worried about being judged are no longer here. Like I really did so much work on myself to just be like, it doesn't matter what these people think because I don't the people that I was concerned about, I don't want their life anyway. I don't like maybe if I was concerned with like someone that I admired, but I would want someone that I admire or that has the lifestyle that I want to look at me and be like, wow, she's really trying. That's like where I'm going, right? I want someone to look at my page and be like, wow, she posts content every day. It might not be perfect, but she posts content every day. She shows up every day. We can see the evolution of her page. We can see she's growing. She's becoming more confident. She's speaking on camera. Like you can actually look at my page and see the journey from, I've archived quite a lot, like all of my digital marketing content because it's totally irrelevant. But from the when I started the network marketing to now, I've got like nearly 500 posts or something. You can see the evolution of the content, of the way that I've communicated. I've become more confident speaking about network marketing. I've started speaking on camera. Like you can actually see it in real time. And I think that that is just testament to the fact that like you go on this journey and at some point, I just threw the towel out the window and said, fuck it, I don't care anymore. I'm going to start speaking on my feed. I'm going to start speaking about network marketing. And that's when my content started going viral, mind you. Like the first post that I ever did about network marketing and people calling it a pyramid scheme got over 6,000 likes, 6,000 reshares, like thousands of saves. It went mental and it just sent me on a whole new trajectory of like, actually, people need to hear the raw and real. People need to be told and re-educated about network marketing. It's not a pyramid scheme. Let me tell you what a pyramid scheme is not. And let me tell you about why this is actually a good idea. Because so many people have the wrong idea. And
Mhm.
I don't ever blame people for having the wrong idea because I do actually think that having a business model that enables someone to break free from the matrix and live an alternative lifestyle, not be confined to working like the amount of time that we've been told we have to work, and actually build a true life of freedom with passive income that threatens people's identity and everything that they've ever been taught because they've been taught go to school, get a job, stay in the job, climb the ladder, keep it safe, have your salary, and you keep in this little box. And when someone comes along online and says, you don't need to do that, and like now I've just started a business and I'm making more money than a doctor in 5 years and I didn't have to study for it and now I don't and I actually work like 10 hours a week. They're like, this is a scam. And it's like, it's not a scam. It's just you've been conditioned to think that you have to trade all of your time for money and you don't. And it threatens everything, the very foundation of everything that they have been conditioned to believe. And that is why I think a lot of people don't like network marketing because you don't have to, it removes the barriers for so many people, right? You can have like a 21-year-old who's got an incredibly strong work ethic out earn someone who's 60 years old and been in corporate their whole life and worked their way up the corporate ladder just because of this person's ability to communicate, connect, and inspire. And that's all this is really about. So, yeah, I think it
Wow,
just
you nailed
removes
that.
yeah, it removes the barriers for people to build wealth, build a life for themselves. Not everyone has success with this business, but that's because a lot of people don't have the resilience and persistence to
Mm.
actually get good. Their ego gets in the way. They see the lifestyle, they buy into the lifestyle, and they think, I'm going to sign up and I'm going to get that straight away. It doesn't work like that. You've got to go through the reps. You've got to also become the person in the process that can have that. Like wealthy people have a different mindset to the person that starts the business. So you have to become wealthy in your mindset and your energy in the way that you conduct yourself and communicate. And that's what attracts people to you. So when people say, like, a lot of the time people get it wrong, they're like, oh, I've got to do the work. I've just got to have conversations. It's not actually about the conversations, it's about who you become in the process of having the conversations, like you say, the
Mhm.
personal development that you have to do, the books you have to read, the resilience you have to build. the leadership skills, the self leadership. Like these are all things that cannot be learned through theory. They have to be learned in real time, doing the reps, doing the work. It's like you can't read a book about the gym and lose weight, right? You've actually got to go and do the work. So this is it. This is the work. But I think, yeah, people, anyone that's considering like an alternative lifestyle, doesn't want to be in a particular location or trading all of their time for money, should definitely consider network marketing, because I mean, it's not going anywhere. It's actually, I found out when I was doing research for one of my posts the other day, this industry is bigger than film and music combined. It's worth over $170 billion, and there are over 120 million people globally involved in network marketing. So if anyone think, like, some people treat this industry like a joke, they're like, "Oh, you're in a pyramid." No, it's actually one of the biggest industries in the world. It's definitely the easiest way for someone to step into entrepreneurship and get coaching from 6, 7-figure mentors. Like, where else can you sign up for a business for $200 and get a 7-figure mentor coaching you? Nowhere. There's nowhere. So yeah, that's what I have to say about that really.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cleo. Where can everyone find you?
On Instagram. So I'm on Instagram and Threads. My handle is the Affluent Nomad. So yeah, if anyone is interested in traveling more, building residual income, even if you don't want to actually do the business and you just want to be able to save on your travel, then reach out to me. I'm very open to talking, as you can probably see from this interview. Um, yeah, just reach out to me and I'll be happy to have a chat about it.
Awesome. And I'll put all your details in the show notes. Thank you so much. Alrighty, so that was Cleo. And I think what really stands out for me from this conversation is that Cleo didn't wait until everything made sense. She didn't have a perfect plan. She just decided she wanted something different and she started figuring it out as she went. And that's the part most people miss. They sit in the idea, they think about the lifestyle, the freedom, the travel, and they don't actually take the first step because it feels too big, too unknown. But everything Cleo has built started from that first decision. So if this episode has opened your mind a little, if it's made you realize that there are other ways to live, work, or earn, don't just scroll on and forget about it. Actually sit with it because that feeling, that curiosity, that pull, it's there for a reason. If you're wanting support with that, if you're ready to start understanding yourself and your patterns and what's actually been holding you back from making a move, that's exactly what we do inside Align Yourself Collective. It's where we take these conversations and turn them into real shifts in your life. You can join us, the link's in the show notes. And if this episode resonated, please share it. Send it to someone who's been talking about changing their life but hasn't made a move yet. Post it on your stories, tag me. I love seeing who's listening. And if you haven't already, leave us a review. It helps more people to find these conversations and hear what's possible for them too. And I'll see you in the next episode.